Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Kevin Soyan, Nick Strom, Andy Semo. Yesterday, it's been tough sledding. I hate to single you out, Strom, but we were just talking about it before we started recording. You haven't been close in your last three. And the only reason I call it out is because it was 2 out of 3 the last 2 days. So, the Army-Navy game, it was a great fucking game. It was really fun to watch. But yeah, when you had Army minus 3.5, it wasn't great. But I'll kick it to Kev for a recap of yesterday. See how it goes.
Yeah, NBA stays good for the boys overall here. So I had Thunder minus 3.5. Got pretty tight towards the end there, but they ended up pulling away. They won by 15. So shout out the Thunder going to the in-season tournament championship. You had the other game, Damian Lillard, 25 points. Slow start for him. He couldn't make a shot. And then he came through and got exactly 25 points. So that was cool.
Quick note on that. I've taken Damian Lillard 25-plus points against the Hawks twice, and he's hit 25 exactly both times.
That is
my reverse psychology almost worked. It was so close to working.
Made some free throws at the end there.
And then Strom, Army minus 3.5. They just couldn't play defense. Navy was consistently scoring. Army was held to field goals a couple times in the second half. They really should have just kept going for it because they didn't really have a chance. But 31-13 final there for that game. So a fun-lived season for Army ends poorly. So on the month here, we are 1-13. I'm 8-6. Andy 8-6. Nick 6-7-1. Football.
It's a tough slate today.
It is
a lot of very good matchups, a lot of close matchups. Obviously, playoff implications now, so it's gonna be a fun one. We'll see how it goes. So, Strom, I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, I hate my pick. The more I look into it, it's been kind of the going theme for me is I hate my picks. I'm going Jets minus 2.5 against the Jags. It's a bad game, both 3-10 teams, but I'm fading Mac Jones here. Mac Jones has been terrible. He has 2 touchdowns to 5 interceptions this year. They've failed to score more than 10 points in 3 of their last 4 games against a pretty good Jets defense who only allow 307 yards a game, which is 4th in the NFL. I don't think Mac Jones, I don't think this Jags teams are going to be able to push the ball downfield. Jags defense, very suspect. And yeah, you could say the Jets offense has been bad, but they have been coming on a little bit. Last game, Rodgers had 330 plus yards. Both Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson both had over 100 yards. And I think that Breece Hall is supposed to play. So it's ugly. I don't love it. Jags actually pretty good against the spread, 7-5-1. Jets only 4-9. It's got to come back to the mean. I think the Jets are going to win here on the road. I do hate that it's on the road, but come on, Aaron Rodgers.
Could be a game where Aaron Rodgers just has fucking balls out for 400 yards, but who knows?
Well,
show us a little life that he still has some juice in his little gas in the tank left.
The Jags have an elite defense. They don't.
They do not.
The worst defense.
Mac Jones, he won his game though. He won last week.
Yeah, 10-6. This team's not going to score points. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's gross. I hate it, but
it's a gross game.
It's a gross game. I need Mac Jones. Mac Jones throw a couple picks that would make my.
And I think the Jets only have 3 interceptions all year.
Is that
for
true?
How good their corners are, they just don't intercept the ball.
It's weak.
I'm hoping for like a 52-6, like the Lions game.
Be nice.
All right, I'll go next. Going Dolphins +4 today. They're playing Houston in Houston. The reason I really like this is Tua's been great. His last 5 games, he's averaged over 300 yards. In fact, in 3 straight games, he's thrown for 300, multiple touchdowns, and no interceptions. He has been very, very dynamic. Houston, on the other hand, CJ Stroud, this is not the CJ Stroud of last year. He has more interceptions than he did last year. I think he's 9. He's thrown for an average of 233 over his last 5 games, and against some pretty bad competition. They played Jacksonville, only won by 3. They played Tennessee and lost outright. They played the Cowboys, the bad Cowboys. They won big that one, lost against the Jets and the Lions. So they're trending kind of, I think, in the wrong direction. The record is still good, but I think they're trending down. Meanwhile, Miami, they've won 4 out of their last 5, beat the Rams, kept it really, really close against Buffalo. So, I love the Dolphins catching points here. That's really kind of the key, I think. Both defenses are top 15 in pretty much every category. I just really think Tua is the hot hand right now. He is slinging the ball to Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith of all people. Even A-Chain's been getting a lot of work. So, yeah, give me the Dolphins catching points here. Oh, also one other thing. They are 2-4 in away games, but Tua Tagovailoa is bad in cold weather games. That's the key. In Buffalo, it was a big snow game against the Patriots. He didn't play, or I guess he didn't play that game, but against the Packers, they only put up 17 points. It's going to be 75 degrees and sunny in Houston today. So love Tua getting that.
They got a dome,
indoor stadium.
Oh, I remember.
And he's really good. He's
Even
really
better.
good in the dome.
He's a dome guy.
I saw something that he's 4-0 or 5-0 this year in a dome. I was going to go Houston money line, but the dome stat scared me. So
Tua loves dome.
All right, round us out, Kev.
All right, this was a 2 a.m. thought, and it still hit this morning when I really dove into it more. I'm going Chiefs -3.5. They are playing the Browns. Obviously, the Browns are terrible. People thought they'd have a good defense. Their defense is ranked 21st in total yards against. They have a bad rush D. Pass D is middle of the pack. But Chiefs, they have this weird situation of winning all their games but not covering. They're 9-1 in their last 10, but they've only covered 3 of those 10. The Browns are also 3-7 against the spread in their last 10, but they are 2-8 in those games. Makes more sense. I think this has to flip. I'd be shocked if the Chiefs lose this game, and if they somehow win by 1 to 3 points again, that's insane to me. But a couple stats on it is they've won each of their last 7, even though they failed to cover the spread in each of their last 7, even though they've won 18 of their last 19. Just absolutely system play here to cover a spread. That's all I got. We know the Chiefs are good. We should all agree that they're winning this game. Just got to make sure they don't have another field goal win.
Which is a very likely scenario. The nice thing is you
Blowout.
get the Chiefs and you get the refs too, which is nice.
And maybe this will reverse our Jameis Winston curse. Maybe he'll throw a pick 6 in our favor one time.
It also probably a rainy day, which I don't mind. Chiefs have played in all sorts of weather and have had no issues throughout their runs. So this would be closer to 7 if it was in Kansas City. I think probably 6.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thing to watch out for that game though is Myles Garrett versus the edge blockers, the Chiefs, who are notoriously the worst in the league. Their interior O-line is great, but their edges are not good. Myles Garrett can have a day.
No Tillman and Njoku questionable. He's got 0 projected points on ESPN fantasy. That makes me think they know something, but
that's good. You can't hurt me then in fantasy.
Speaking of tight ends, no Evan Ingram either. He's out for the year. So for the Jets,
yeah, he is. Had to drop him.
That's true. That's true.
Huge. Jets by 30 now.
Jets by 50.
All right. So to recap our picks, we got Chiefs -3.5 at -131, Dolphins +4 at -146, Jets -2.5 at -141. Comes out to +406 for today's parlay. All noon games, right? Yeah, all noon games.
Good.
So
we can go and be sad early and watch some football in the 3 o'clock slate.
Be popping champagne at 3.
That would be nice.
And fantasy playoffs. All 3 of us.
And fantasy playoffs. Which is arguably
all in it, and I think
All
none of
in
us
it.
have a bye. So
Me and Andy play each other.
No, yeah, we're all playing right now. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Me and Kevin are squaring off against each other. So
I have a
Kyrie
terrible team. I
Williams,
don't know how I made the
Ted,
playoffs. I have no idea how I made the playoffs. My team is
points
bad.
against. Your points
My team is
against.
bad.
I would kill somebody for your points against.
My team is terrible.
So, all right, boys.
let's have a day. Let's have a football
day.
Let's
Sunday.
do it.
Have a fun
Let's
one.
go. Let's go.